This is net number 1029, and I'll be your host for the first hour with Vicky on the log, and then we'll turn it over to Dick, WB2, JPQ in Eden, and him along with Vicky, KE8BKY, they'll take you to the second hour. The question of the day is an easy one, and I thought about it because it happened to me a short time ago. How many years has it been since you have taken a fall? I know about a month and a half ago, I actually fell in the bathtub. Anybody that knows me, I went down like a ton of bricks, praying that the tub survived. But, you know, less than a year, 1 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years. That way we don't have 50,000 answers, but we have a good range. Let me reset here for a moment. Alrighty, let me acknowledge the text check-ins we have, and then we'll take our mobiles. We have KA8BYU Roy, KC2NJV Wayne, VA3 GLJ Greg, N3DQD Ray, KQ9KX Paul, KE4NTG Walter, W9AFK Adam, KM4WZD Joe, KD2YUY Charles, N6QDY David, KE2EDS Mark, W9QJQ Keith, KB3EYR Greg, KR4FRR Danny, and KR4EMM Vince. Let's take our mobiles. If you're mobile, and please only if you're mobile, come with your call sign twice and slowly. Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November. Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November. Good morning. I am in and out. K4 KZZ Kiki. Kilo 4 Kilo Zulu Zulu. Mobile. 8 Sierra Tango Juliet. 5 Romeo Lima Romeo. K5 RLR. Mobile. Code 2 Juliet Alpha Mobile. W4 PPX Mobile. Whiskey 9 Mike Lima Mobile. Kilo Quebec 4 Kilo Hotel in and out. Alrighty, let's hold it up there. From the bottom up, we had Nick, W8NJT, we had Randy, KQ4KAH, and the next one was a W9ML. We got him. We got W4PPX Don, K5RLR Randall, W8STJ Steve, KK4KZZ Markin, KZ4JN Anders was in and out this morning. We had a station in there with a 2J in it. Could you come back with your call sign twice, please? Morning, XC2JA, X-ray Echo 2, it's Alpha Mobile. Yeah, I didn't quite get that. I got a X-ray Echo 2, it sounded like. Oh, I know who it is. It's here out in Chihuahua, Mexico. Okay, we got you. Any other mobiles before I run the list? Please come now. Alrighty, with none heard, let's go to KK4, KZZ, Mark in Satsuma, Florida. Good morning, Mark, and how long has it been since you've taken a fall?
Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well today. I would say that I think this would qualify. I came down off of a ladder that slipped from me about 2 years ago, and fortunately everything went okay. Landed all right. Sore for a little bit, but yeah, I think that would be about what we'll go with. And I hope everyone survive the fall and not in much hurt. Some of those things can hurt. So I'll send it back. Have a great day, everybody. KK4KZZ.
Alrighty, thanks, Mark. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go to W8STJ, Steve, Rochester Hills, Michigan. Good morning, Steve. W8STJ. K5RLR, Randall out in Spring, Texas. Good morning, Randall.
Well, good morning there, Scott, and Vicky, and Dick, and everybody else on the brew. Brother Scott, if you're out there. K5RLR. I would have to say less than a year, and definitely did not feel good falling backwards on the driveway. Weed eating the yard, and oops. Have a wonderful day. 7-3-12. We'll turn it back to you, Scott. Thank you for that. We do it. K5RLR. Back to you, sir.
Randall, and you have yourself a great day. XE2JA, I hear in Chihuahua, Mexico. Good morning. How many years has it been since you've taken a fall? XE2JA, I hear. Are you still with me? Alrighty, nothing heard. Let's go back up to W8STJ. Steve up in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Are you with me now, Steve?
Hey, good morning, Scott. I'm definitely here, and I made my check-in before. I don't know if the repeater somehow didn't link up with the reflector or what, but yeah, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the Morning Brew. Answer for me would be slick and down you go. But glad to see the weather cooling down. Hope everybody has a great day ahead. This is W8STJ.
All right, Steve, I got most of that except for how long it's been. Just give me a quick how long it's been since you've fallen.
5 years, Scott.
Thank you, Steve. You have yourself a great day. Next up, Don, W4 PPX in Hollywood, Florida. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, Dick, everybody on the brew crew this morning. Put me down for 6 years. Hope everybody has a great day. W4 PPX, back to you.
Alrighty, thank you, Don. My log's going a little nuts here when I'm choosing the days. W9ML, Michael in Hebron, Indiana. Good morning.
This is Whiskey 9 Mike Lima. This is actually my first time checking in any of the ECR nets. Good morning, everybody. And I will say it has been less than 1 year since the last time I fell.
Alrighty, thank you, Michael. Appreciate you joining us. Don't be a stranger. We're here every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time, and don't be a stranger. We had KK4, or KQ4, KKH, Randy in Muscle Shoals was in and out. Let's go to W8 and TJ, Nick in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning, Nick.
Morning, everybody on the net. Scott, go ahead and put me down for 1 to 5. About 2 years. Nice little slippery slope on a crappy driveway. W8 and JT back in control.
All right, thank you, Nick. Have yourself a good day, and thanks for stopping by this morning. Let me acknowledge a couple other text check-ins, and then we'll run the texts. We had NY1 US Norm, K1MCOJ, and KD3HAN Anna. Let's go to the top of this list. Question of the day, everybody. How many years has it been since you've taken a fall? Let's go to KA8BYU, Roy in Blaisdell. Good morning. KC2NJV, Wayne, down in Belmore, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and the rest of the crew. KC2NJV. Sat down in a chair in Cartagena, and it collapsed. And I consider that a fall. I did hurt myself a little bit. Under a year. Have a great day.
Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate it, and have yourself a fine one. VA3 GLJ, Greg up in Cartier, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Greg.
Scott, good morning to the brew crew. Nice fresh morning this morning, 52 degrees Fahrenheit or 11 degrees Celsius. Answer to your question is less than a year. Just returning from Florida this spring and clearing our driveway of snow and ice. I landed on my back not once but twice. Everybody have a great day. 73 VA3 JLJ.
Righty, Greg. Once is an accident, twice that's just cruel. Have a good day. N3DQD, Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the net in there this morning. I had a fall 2 months ago. Back to net. This is N3DQD.
All right, thank you, Ray, and glad everything worked out there. KQ9 at KX, Paul in LaPointe, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Good morning. 3 years ago, I remember it well because it hurt. KQ9KX.
Alrighty, thank you, Paul. Appreciate you joining us. Walter, down in Hollywood, Florida, KE4NTG. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Scott, and everybody else on the Morning Brew, and it was good seeing all you guys in the Zoom room this morning. It's 79 degrees here in Hollywood, so it's going to be a high of 91 today. And in answer to the question, 2 years ago. I wish everybody a pleasant day and stay safe and nobody fall. This is KE4 NTG, back to net control.
Alrighty, Walter. Nice talking with you again. You have yourself a fine day. This is W2BLT. Next up, W9AFK Adam, out in Downers Grove, Illinois. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. You could put me down for less than 2 weeks. Racing the pooch down the stairs in the dark. Missed the stair, went flying. He gave me a quick lick in the face, made sure I was still alive, and and went on his way. W9AFK back to net.
Well, wasn't that nice of him? Have a good day, and thanks for joining us. KM4 WZD, Joe in Claremont, Florida. Morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning to the crew. Let's go for about 5 years. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the exact date. I remember what happened. I stood up too fast, tried to turn around back the other way. Too many maneuvers all at once. It just didn't work out. But let's call it 5 years. Everybody have a good Thursday. Take care. We're almost to the weekend. It's KM4 WZD. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Joe. Have yourself a fine day. KD2YUI, Charles, good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew listening in today. Put me down for just over a year ago. It was last fall, going for a hike with the family and the dogs, and wet leaves, moss, wet roots, and my feet went out from underneath me. Laid there for a little bit, collecting my thoughts. The dogs looked at me like, are you okay? And got up and continued the 3-mile hike. 73 all back to net control, KD2, YUA.
All right, thanks, Charles, and have a fine day. N6QDY, David in Sacramento, California, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Scott and Vicki, the Brew crew, and everybody in the Zoom room, N6QDY. It's been less than a year. Back to you. Thanks for doing what you do. Everybody have a great day. N6QDY near Sacramento.
Thanks, David, and it's looking like people have fallen more frequently than I actually thought would come up. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us this early in the morning. Next up, one of your hosts on the open mic night here on Wednesday evenings, KE2EDS, Mark in Elma, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and the rest of the crew. It's less than a year here this early spring. Slipped on ice. I didn't actually fall, but ended up with a severe hamstring tear, so it was not pleasant. Have a great day. KE2EDS.
Thank you, Mark. Have a good day. W9QJQ, Keith in Gleason, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, and everybody on the group crew. Funny that you asked that question. It was a week ago today that I coming off the attention ladder. I don't know what, run or something. Down I went. Good thing I came down in grass, but yeah, it was a week today that I took a fall.
Well, I'm glad you weren't hurt too badly, and thanks for joining us this morning. KB3EYR, Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, everyone on the Brew crew. This is KB3EYR. And, yeah, less than a year, a couple weeks ago, I was walking two of the dogs, and one saw something he wanted one way, and the other one went the other way, and we got all tangled up, and I ended up on the ground. So, hope everyone has a great day. Back to net control.
Hey, thank you, Greg. Have yourself a fine day, and thanks for stopping by this morning. KR4FRR, Danny in Newton Grove, North Carolina. Good morning, Danny, and how many years has it been since you've taken a fall?
Good morning. Yeah, it's been down for about, I'd say about 6 years. Sent it back to net, KR4FRR.
Thank you, Danny, and hopefully you don't fall again soon. KR4EMM, Vince, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the crew. I guess it's got to be about 35 years ago when I fell for my wife. All kidding aside, about 5 years ago, I slipped and Brandon, I slipped on the balcony, and I'm surprised I didn't get hurt. But back to the net, and have a great day.
Oh, boy, and I bet you the wife's happy that you said that, too. Have a great day. NY1 US, Norm in South Wales, New York. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the Brew Crew today. It's been less than a year, I have to say, so everybody have a good day. It's NY1 US, back to Scott.
Sorry, Norm, I didn't get that. How many years?
Less than a year, less than a year.
Righty, we got you. Thanks for joining us this morning. Let's go to K1 MCO, Jay in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Jay.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the brew. This is K1MCO in Orlando. Put me down for six years. I took a big fall here at the hangar, a 3-pour container, and it wasn't pretty at all, but glad I was okay at the time. And back to you, Scott. Nice to hear you. K1MCO.
Alrighty, thank you, Jay. Appreciate you joining us. KQ4 UAM, Kevin in Interlaken, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew. It's been about 2 years ago, Scott. I actually fell in a hospital getting medical records that I needed. Took a heck of a tumble, and it's been about 2 years ago, and it ended up having to have a knee replacement. So hope I don't do that again for a while. KQ4 UAM, back to the net.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Kevin. Have a good day. This is W2BLT. Let me acknowledge some more text check-ins, and then we'll call for regular check-ins and take them both at the same time. We had KR4 CKC Bill in the Villages, W2 KDC Dennis, NA2B Charlie, W2 RBC Randy, and KD9 YUZ Jimmy. Who do we have out there? Anybody anywhere like to join us this morning? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
K4 GDF, K4 GDF.
KC5W Delaware Kilo Charlie 5 Charlie Zulu X-ray 2 Papa Bravo Kilo Kilo Delta 2 Papa Bravo Kilo.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Victor. Victor Echo 3, Tango November, to Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo. Alrighty, let me pick it up here. Recognizing, and we got everybody there. We had N2ISK Bob, KC3LAV Mike, K2TV Bob, VE3TGN Tim, N4RHE Roger, KD2PBK John, W2ORT Matthew, KC5CZX Daryl, K4GDS Gil. And we had a couple of stragglers on the text line, KQ4EFY and N0CKV. Let's go to the top of this list. The question of the day, everyone, is how many years has it been since you've taken a fall? Let's go up to Bill, KR4CKC down in the Villages in Florida. Good morning.
5 years since I fell. Don't have any more future plans of falling, so put me down for 5 years. KR4CKC. You'll have a good day.
Alrighty, Bill, thanks for joining us. W2KDC, Dennis in Dansville, New York. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, everyone on the brew. It's been less than a year. I can't remember the exact details, but I know it's been less than a year since I took a fall. Wasn't anything too serious, so nothing broken and nothing terribly hurt. It's W2KDC, back to you.
Well, I'm glad nothing serious happened there out of it. Have a great day, and thanks for stopping by. NA2B, Charlie and Bertie down in Sun City Center, Florida. Good morning, Charlie.
Vicky and everybody on the net from Bertie and I, Tampa Bay. 83 this morning. Response to the question, less than a couple months, Scott. I was up to my son's house in Connecticut. Middle of the night, I was headed to the restroom, and on the way back, got tangled up with his cats. And they won, and I took a tumble. HI. Anyway, going to try to get a little walk in this morning before it gets too warm. Thanks for what you do, my friend. W2BLT and A2B back.
Have a good day and be careful. W2RBC, Randy, one of our team members here on the East Coast Reflector. Morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew. It's been at least 5 years ago. I slipped on the ice when walking from my car. I'd also like to invite everyone to the ECR 20-meter net at 10 o'clock Eastern today on 14.317 megahertz. Come and join Roger Hine. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
Alrighty, thank you, Randy. And yeah, 10 o'clock this morning. Now I'll have to stop in there and see if Roger's running QRP today. Have a fine one. Thanks for joining us. KD9, why use that? Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Miss Vicky, and everybody out there on the Morning Brew. Beautiful day here in Wakarusa. 5 years ago, Scott, I took a tumble and tore a hamstring in my leg, and that baby was black for months, and it hurt for months. Don't ever want to do that again. Have a blessed day from Wakarusa. KD9, YUZ, back to net.
Thanks, Jimmy. And last time I fell, there was nothing broken, but I had bruises in places I never had bruises before. Next up, K4, GDS, Gil in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone in the brew. I guess this is selective memory. I really don't remember. The last thing I remember was 20 years ago, and that's because I broke my ankle. So, other than that, I don't have a good answer. K4 GDS, back to net.
Alrighty, Gil. Yeah, you must be young yet. Have a good day. Always a pleasure. KC5, CZX, Daryl out in Lubbock, Texas. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, and the rest of the brew. Like him, I don't remember the last time I'd taken a fall. Golly, that's been a long time ago. I mean, a really long time ago, so
Well, Daryl, I seem to lost you there, but I did get your answer there a long, long time ago, and that's a good thing. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great day. W2ORT, Matthew in Oakland, New Jersey. Good morning.
W2ORT. Yeah, the last time I fell was probably less than a year ago. I pulled up to work and was maneuvering around my vehicle, and it's funny to me now. It wasn't funny to me at the time. My coworkers were able to watch me on the camera, because we have the cameras up on the TV. They just watch my head going around the backside of my vehicle to go grab my backpack, and then they just don't see me anymore. I had just been sucked into the void, fell on ice during the winter time up here and around Syracuse, New York. W2RT, pass back to net. Have a good day, everyone.
Alrighty, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, and us folks up north, the ice puts a whole new spin on things. Have a good day. This is W2BLT. Next up, KD2PBK. John in Morrisonville, New York. Good morning.
Good morning to the Brew crew. Today I'm working with a handheld walkie-talkie down at the Brew boat launch on Lake Champlain. I fell 5 weeks ago, contracted Lyme disease, got dizzy, fell in my boat, got a concussion, 5 broken ribs. I'm feeling better now. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Ouch. That's all I can tell you, John. Ouch. I'm glad you recovered well, and hopefully you don't fall again. Next up, my buddy Roger, N4RHE. Top of the morning to you, Roger. Good to hear you on that repeater again.
W2BLT, and the rest of day to yourself, Archimedes. I'm clever cousin Vicky. November 4, Romeo Jaleco. Less than a year while playing table tennis wearing Crocs. But I fall in love every time when driving the 7 miles on A1A along beautiful Fort Lauderdale Beach, looking at the bikinis. November 4, Roger, I'm enthusiast. Return to net.
Oh, Roger, there's a price to pay for everything we do. Have a great day, and appreciate you joining us. Next up, BE3TGN, Tim in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, this is Scott and Vicky and the crew there. Well, just before Christmas there, I was going to the mall there, and I fell with the wind in that, and I cut my right hand, and I was bruised from my hand right up to my elbow, black and blue. I fell face down, tripped over a catch basin there at the Humphrey Mall. And it took months to heal, I'll tell you. Even the paramedics had to come and wrap it up because my hand was bleeding pretty bad. So there, that's my answer there. Just before Christmas there, for now 9 months. Back to you there, BE3 TV again, Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Thanks for being there, and take care.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Tim. Take care of yourself today. Next up, K2TV, Bob in Fairfax, Virginia. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning to Vicky and the Brew crew. And a little side comment to RHE there. That A1A along Fort Lauderdale has gone up and down there many times. Very scenic. Anyway, well, it's been about 30 years since I have fallen. One morning I decided I was going to get the ladder out of the garage and put it up against the house and clean the rain gutters out. Well, you can guess what happened. Down I came. landed on both feet, broke one ankle, sprained the other. Needless to say, I didn't have a leg to stand on. So it's been about 30 years. Needless to say, that was the last time I cleaned the rain gutters out. Everyone have a great day. This is K2TV.
Oh, Bob, and the things that happen when you're don't have a camera around. Have a good day, Bob. Thanks for joining us. KC3 LAV, Mike down in beautiful Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Yes, sir, and good morning. It's overcast this morning. We had some storms last night and an inch and a half of rain, but it's all nice and green again today. Thank goodness and praise the Lord. Last year we stumbled and fell and thought I sprained it real bad. Turned out to be a flare-up of arthritis in her ankle, and it was quite painful, but we survived. Thank you again for being here today, and we look forward to an exciting day ahead. KC3LAV, back to net control. We're clear.
Alrighty, Mike, thanks for joining us, and enjoy the nice day it's going to be. This is W2BLT. Next up, N2ISK, Bob, in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Good morning, Bob, and how many years has it been since you've taken a fall?
Good morning, Scott and crew. Yeah, well, it's been actually less than one. I've been down about 3 times this year, and I had to call the emergency squad to get me back up on my feet. So, well, it was very fun. Yeah, there you go, less than one. And to asking.
Alrighty, thank you, Bob. Appreciate you joining us this morning. KQ4EFY, Timothy in Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning. KQ4EFY, Timothy, are you still with us? Well, moving right along, let's go to N0, CKV, Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, the Brew Crew, and everybody else on the net. Less than a year. N0 CKV back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Mark. Have yourself a great day and appreciate you stopping by. Alrighty, that was the bottom of that list. Let me acknowledge some text check-ins here, and then we'll take some radio check-ins and run them all. We had W8WHK, Bill, AA5JW, James, KC0EQA, Douglas, 82KP, Stephen, KJ5MEL, Jose, KD3ATQ, Jim, WD8KOB, Rod, N8HLN, Mike, and KB3SNM, Bob. Who else do we have looking to join us this morning? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Echo 2, Charlie, Charlie, Kilo. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie, Charlie, Kilo.
Alpha India 8 Whiskey Mobile. Alpha India 8 Whiskey Mobile.
Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee. Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee.
Kilo Delta 3, Alpha November Alpha, In and Out Mobile.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
KR4 FLZ, Kilo Romeo 4, Foxtrot Lima Zulu.
Mike, November 4, Romeo Sierra Mike.
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet.
Charlie 8, Foxtrot Charlie Tango, AC Eddie, FMC. India 5, Delta Romeo Victor, Kilo India 5, Delta Romeo Victor.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for just a moment. Let me acknowledge who we got here from the bottom up. We had the KI5 at DRV, Gary, KC8 FMT, Richard, VA3 KTJ, Jinsuk, N4 RSM, Richard, KR4 FLZ, Brandon, VE3 VX Bentley up in Cache Bay, Ontario, Canada was in and out. Then we had Vern, VA3 CRF. We had KD3 ANA. Is that a correct call sign? Was in and out. KD3 ANA. Stephen up in Adrian.
Yourself.
I'm sorry, you cut yourself off. Could you come back again? Righty, we got you, Stephen. We'll get back to you. Or thanks for joining us. You were in and out. It's your first time here. Welcome. We had KK4 DIY Gene, A18W Chris in the mobile, K2CCK Matt, and I acknowledge the rest of them. We got a couple mobiles. Let's go to AI8W Chris in Allen Park, Michigan. Good morning. Question of the day is, how many years has it been since you've taken a fall?
Good morning to the Brew Crew. Thanks for being there. About 20 hours. Had a little trip at work yesterday and hit the ground. No big deal. No injuries. Everybody stay safe. Back to Ned. Alpha India 8 Whiskey.
Alrighty, thank you, Chris. I'm glad you weren't hurt too badly. Let's go to Vern. He's always on a walk there this morning. Good morning, Vern, VA3 CRF.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. It is a lovely 68 degrees. That high humidity was gone for a day anyway. Boy, going to enjoy it today. In terms of the question, probably the last couple of months, I was going down the stairs, miscalculated because I had not turned the lights on. My hands were occupied and missed the step, so it fell down. Anyway, all that was injured was my pride, thankfully. Hope everyone has a great day. And Scott, the Canadian National Exhibition starts tomorrow. Come up and visit us. Hope everyone has a good day. VA3 CRF.
Boy, that's not too bad an idea, Vern. There, especially with the exchange rate where it is right now, it'd be worth it. Have a great day and appreciate you joining us. Go to the top of this list. At W8WHK, Bill down in North Fort Myers, Florida. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. It's 77 degrees here. Beautiful morning. I'll have to answer the question. It's been about a year and a half. Coming down the ladder after checking the gutters for leaves, and I missed the bottom rung,
and rolled into the swale next to the house. Didn't get hurt, but I did decide that's it. I'm never going to go up there to look for leaves again. I'll just pay somebody to clean them out. Later today, we got a little doctor's appointment. Nothing serious. Just little checkup. So, not looking forward to that, though. Okay, back to you. This is WHK73.
Thank you, Bill. Enjoy the nice weather there. AA5JW, James in Spring, Texas. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky. Thank y'all for running the net this morning. And good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. James in Spring, mobile into Houston for work today. And we're going to have another hot day and storms. That's going to be our forecast for the next several days. So good time to be in Texas. To the question at hand, you know, it's been, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years since I've had a big fall. And when I did that, I slipped and fell on a fireplace mantle and broke 7 ribs. It was awful. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to Ned. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
All right, thank you, James. Appreciate you joining us and have a good day at work. KC0EQA, Douglas in Hastings, Nebraska. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody else on the net. This is KC0EQA, Doug here in Hastings, south central part of Nebraska. We got 70 degrees and a little overcast, but not too bad. But anyway, other than that, not too bad. Question, I will say about 5 years, and I tripped over something at work and fell down and cracked 2 ribs. But didn't notice it until I was in bed that night. Couldn't breathe very well, and come to find out that I cracked them. But anyway, took some pills and healed up, and nothing much there. Anyway, back to net, KC0EQA.
Alrighty, Douglas, you have yourself a fine one, and thanks for joining us this morning. 82 KP, Stephen in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning, Stephen.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew Crew. Gosh, I really don't remember the last time I felt that God told. You put me down for 10 plus years. This is 82 KP, wishing everyone a great day. Back to net control.
Alrighty, Stephen, 10 plus years it is. You have yourself a great day, and thanks for stopping by. This is W2BLT. Next up, KJ5MEL, Jose in Austin, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew. About a year and a half now, I left the apartment in a hurry. Instead of taking the walkway, I took through the grass and stepped into a hole, and down I went. Curious thing is, I looked around, nobody was there. I got up and continued and fell back down again. But this time I couldn't get up. Interesting, so I crawled to the car and grabbed onto the car so I could get up. Since then, I decided I was no longer in a hurry. I've been now for a year and a half in no hurry when I'm walking or when I'm late. And thank you for running the net. Back to the net, KJ5MEL.
Well, thanks for joining us, Jose. We appreciate it. Next up at KD3ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew Crew. I guess it was about 3 years ago I took a tumble on the ice. No major tweaks, just a lot of embarrassment. Back to net control, KD3ATQ.
Alrighty, thanks, Jim. Appreciate you joining us this morning. WD8KOB, Rod, Madison, West Virginia. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Ned, from WD8KOB in the hills of West Virginia. I failed probably well over a year ago, but I've never hurt myself seriously falling, at least not yet. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, Scott, for doing the net. WD8KOB.
Thank you, Rod. Have yourself a good day and appreciate you joining us. At 8, HLN, Mike in Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew. From east side of Detroit here, where it's a beautiful 67 degrees and clear skies. The question about 3 years ago in November, I was carrying the electric power washer down to the basement to put it away for the winter. And I got about 2/3 of the way down the stairs and missed a step and tumbled the rest of the way. And banged up my knee pretty good and sprained my wrist. But I learned to be more careful and take my time a little bit more going down those stairs carrying things. So, anyways, everyone have a good day. And let's say 73 and back to net control from NHLN.
Alrighty, Mike, thanks for joining us and enjoy the rest of the day. Next up, Junkyard Dog himself, Bob, KB3S&M, down in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Bob.
Somebody on the brew this morning. I've been cogitating on this for a little bit. It's been just about 30 years, somewhere plus or minus. And it was an icy morning. I was walking from my office to get into the machine area, and I slipped and went on my butt just so hard. And just as I was getting up, I looked up into the window of the maintenance room break area. A whole bunch of faces in the line up with a 10 on it. KB3S&M.
Oh, yeah, that had to feel a little weird. Have a good day, Bob. Appreciate you joining us. Who we got here? KE2CCK, Matt, Pickford, New York. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. How are you? I actually just had an accident about 4 days ago. I was moving some metal fencing over on the farm and had some weeds coming up, taking a load of scrap metal that was not needed, and went to go pull on it. Well, I got a whole bunch of them out. Forgot how close I was because the other metal fence on the ground, and up and over we went. So, yeah, wasn't too long ago, but everything's good here. KE2CK, back to net control. Be clear.
Alrighty, thank you, Chris. Give yourself a great day. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, KK4, that wasn't Chris, that was Matt, I'm sorry. KK4 DIY, Gene in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. KK4 DIY. And the last time I fell was a doozy. It was about 12 or 13 years ago. I fell off a ladder while I was working on the roof of my RV. I landed on my back on top of the ladder, and that ruptured a disc ended up having surgery and still plagues me today. So that's the story. KK4 DIY. Thanks a lot.
Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate you joining us and have a great day. KR4 FLZ, Brandon in Winter Springs, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning to everyone on the net. I would say about 4 years ago, I was on New Smyrna Beach on a electric scooter, and I hit a patch of sand, and I went off the sidewalk off the curb, and landed on my face. Yeah, it was not fun. Had to have some emergency dental work done. Yeah, it was not a great time. Yeah, back to net control. KR4 FLZ.
Alrighty, Brandon. You have yourself a great day and appreciate you stopping by. And for RSM, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. Good morning.
Yeah, I took a fall a couple months ago. I had a Harbor Freight trailer dolly, and I was moving a heavy utility trailer. And once that thing got about 45 degrees, the handle, it decided the weight of the trailer made it go all the way over and down to the ground, and the handle flipped me over the trailer tongue, and I just got some scratches and bruises, thank goodness, and I jumped up to make sure nobody saw it. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, I think things like that hurt your pride more than they do your body. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us. VA3 KTJ Jensick up in Lisle, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky, and everyone on the net. Put me down for over 10 years because I fell from the ladder from my previous house, which was, I moved in this particular house more than 15 years ago, so more than 10 years. That's my category. Everyone have a great day, except this is all. This is VA3 KTJ. That's been on control.
All right, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Have a good day. KC8 FMT, Richard in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Good morning. KC8 FMT, Richard, are you still with us? Go to KI5, DRV, Gary out in Spring, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew. I would say it's been about a year. I fell off the bicycle, the mountain bike. It's not the first time I've fallen off. Half a dozen times in the last 10 years, but I still ride.
Alrighty, thank you, Gary. Well, about a year it is. And the last one for me today, W2AJR, Andy in Cheektowaga, New York. Good morning, Andy.
Morning, Scott. Morning, everybody in the Brew Crew. Been about 6 years. I was scraping up some dog poop in the driveway on an icy day, and my feet went out from under me, and I broke my elbow on my right arm. So that was no fun. So back to you. 7-3, everybody. Have a great day.
Put that in, please.
Alrighty, Andy. Thanks for joining us, and I don't know, gotta love the dogs. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for me. I'd like to thank everybody that checked in with me this morning. Don't forget about the 20-meter net at 10 o'clock this morning on 14. 317 with Roger and his crew. I'm going to turn it over to Dick and Vicky for the rest of the day. Well, for the rest of the day. For the next hour, this is W2BLT. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Dick, WB2JPQ, and Scott said I'll be along here with Vicky, K8VKY, this morning, and probably split this hour like we have been doing. Just a reminder, tonight, 8 o'clock, in our Zoom room is our town hall meeting, our monthly town hall meeting. So come join us. Give us your input on the system, things you'd like to see. We'll discuss anything you want to discuss. So tonight, 8 o'clock, at 8 o'clock East Coast time, in the East Coast Reflector Zoom room. Of course, tomorrow night, the Youth Net was mentioned, and that's 8 o'clock as well. We're trying to get more youth involved and trying to get some third party. And we encourage all the youth and third party to grab a parent and come into our Zoom room with us at 7 o'clock. We'll be in there at 7 o'clock in the Zoom room and maybe lighten things up a little bit, get the kids so they might want to talk a little bit more or whatever. So just come join us tomorrow at 7 in the Zoom room. The net will be at 8 o'clock. All right, we got a list here. I guess Bob or Scott had already read them. We're going to start off with Bob, my friend Bob, KQ8U from East Course, Michigan. I don't think Bob's ever missed a net here. This is number 734 for him. So our question once again this morning, how many years has it been since you have last taken a fall? Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Dick, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. It wouldn't be in years with me. It would be like in months. You know, I can't really all run together and fall down. It's just a few exercises and get up, move it down. But it was probably in the living room, stumble over something. But I just got to go real slow and keep it from happening. Everybody have a good one. KQ8U, Bethany.
Thank you, Bob. Good morning to Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan. I think I still have one of your morning brew questions on queue, Jeff, if I'm not mistaken. KE8SMN. Good morning.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, everyone on the brew. KE8SMN. Put me down for probably 10 years. I was out for a morning run before work, and somebody put some tree branches out for the trash, but it was covering the sidewalk, and clipped it with my feet, and down I went. Got back up, finished my run. 88 SMN, back to net.
That's 10 years it is. Good morning to Carlos, N1 CBM.
Good morning, Dick, Vicky, and everybody else. Beautiful Thursday here, getting ready to start my drive up to Tallahassee this morning. Last time I took a fall was like 4 years ago. I was getting on a horse, he got spooked. I ended up sitting on the rump, and he got even more spooked. Freaked out, and he bucked me off, kicked me in the chest, broke 2 ribs, and then I had to contend with my wife, asking me why was I doing that when I was 50 years old. She's right. So I had to bear the pain of my ribs, of listening to my wife. Back to you, Dick, and on CBS.
Well, pride has to go along with it, Carlos. Like somebody said earlier, like Bob said, I guess Bob said he got up and everybody in the break room was looking at him. Yep, I know how that goes. Good morning to Eric, VE3XTD.
Good morning. Been just about 5 months since I had a little bit of a fall here. I was getting up out of my chair in the radio room, and I have one of those lovely plastic things on the floor that's supposed to protect the carpet. And it had a hit it. My foot caught on it, and down I went, and I was about 20 minutes before I could get up again, but no serious injuries, just a little bit of discomfort. Back to you.
How long ago was that, Eric?
Just about 5 months ago.
You were recent then. All right. What's your story, Tim, in Windsor, Ontario, VE3 TCS? When did you take your last tumble?
Yeah. I had to think for a while. Good thing I had a few minutes there. Last time I had a significant fall was while I was at work. I wasn't told that we were changing, the crew change-off point for the train was changed because of the weather. I ended up slipping on wet ice that looked like dry snow, and I cracked my right wrist. So I got 5 weeks off to relax and enjoy the winter that year. That was like way back in 98, 99. Back to net.
Nick, when? Thanks, Tim. Next up is Randall, and we're going to take some radio check-ins. K8 UFM. Good morning, Randall.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to all on frequency. God, I've been racking my brains since I heard the question, and I can't recall, but then I can't remember what I had yesterday for breakfast, let alone this morning for breakfast. So I can't tell you when. With that, this is K8 UFM. Back to net control. Let everyone have an outstanding day.
Sometimes it's hard to remember, Randall. I was thinking this morning, it was last summer, I was mowing lawn and I was kind of in a hurry. You know, why are you in a hurry? You got all day, and I didn't tie my work boots properly. Had these great big loops on them. Well, I went to get off the tractor, and these great big loop, one of the loops caught one of the bolts on the mower deck, and I went right down on the concrete floor. That's the first fall I'd had in many, many, many years, but thank God I didn't even have black and blue marks, so I was lucky. So that was my story. All right, new check-ins. Anybody anywhere, radio check-ins? Let's see if we have any mobiles first. Do we have any mobiles here in the top of this hour? Mobiles only for a minute.
So Alpha India 5 Lima Mike. Alpha India 5 Lima Mike.
KK4 VTT Mobile via Echolink.
We got Bruce and Marcus in there. Was there someone else that was mobile other than Bruce or Marcus? Well, I guess not. Good morning to you, Marcus, in Houston, Texas, AI5LM. I5LM or something like that. Is this Marcus?
Oh, good morning. Sorry, I was waiting on a repeated ID over here. Yes, hope everybody's doing well today. I would say the last time I fell was probably January, I believe it was. Dirt bike riding up in Big Bend, Texas, and do that about every year. So I would say that I fall about every year during that January trip. So anyway, hope everybody has a great day today, and we'll talk to you all later. AI5LM.
Bring up on the second cup tomorrow, but I'll just mention it now. and I notice this a lot. There's a lot of repeaters that have long tails on them. On a full duplex on a repeater, you do not have to wait for the tail to drop. Even if it's IDing, you don't have to wait. It's full duplex. You can, wait your usual 1 or 2 seconds and jump in. The long tail is on there for a reason. It saves wear and tear, start up and down on the repeater, so on the transmitter. So the repeaters with long tails, you don't have to wait for them. You just jump right in. They're all full duplex. I've seen that quite a bit lately. A lot of people wait a long time, and I'll do a little research and I'll find out that the repeater they're on has a long tail. Just information for everybody. Down to you, Bruce, Kissimmee, Florida, KK4VTT. Good morning.
Good morning to one, good morning to all. Day, last day of work, on vacation out to Dominican Republic and Bimini. I'll probably be talking from there. The last time I fell, that's a very good question. I don't normally fall. I started up there in a little bit of age, and I'm being very, very careful. I don't remember. Anyway, back to you, Miss Vic. Thank you guys for everything you guys do behind the scenes. It's really well appreciated. Have a great day out there. KK4V.
All right, Bruce. Vicky's got you down for don't remember. How about Dan? Good morning. W2PUT.
Good morning, Dick. Yeah, I've been kind of racking my brains, but unless it's spectacular, I don't really remember it. I know I've had some clumsy falls here and there. The only thing that comes to mind is a few years back with the fire department. We were up at a crash up on US 23, and you had to slide your feet to walk. It was a very, very icy morning, and for no injuries, and I was returning to the truck and made a pretty spectacular crash on the ice, and I didn't hurt myself, but I had a whole audience of people creeping through slowly in their vehicles, and I kind of gave them all a big wave, and from a seating position on the ice, they kind of a bow, and everybody was giving, and a couple of people made little clapping hands in the air. It's the only one that's the most recent I can think that comes to mind. Back to you, Dick. W2PUT.
Thanks, Dan. All right, let's take some new check-ins. Anybody anywhere twice and slowly? Once again, this is Dick. 13 past the hour. WB to JPQ. Twice and slowly, guys and gals.
KF8, DIC. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
Victor Echo 2, Victor Alpha Whiskey.
Whiskey, Delta 8, Papa, India, Charlie. WD8, IC.
November 5, Delta Romeo Tango. November 5, Delta Romeo Tango. In and out.
November Whiskey 3 United, MW3U.
Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo November 1. 5.
Whiskey Echo
Delta X-Ray Bravo.
Kilo Juliet 5, Lima Victor November, David.
Kilo Charlie 2, Papa Echo Tango, Papa Echo. Pretty good list there. Hi to Ross in Alden, New York. David, we got you. We got Webb. We got Frank in Sugarland, Texas. We got David in North Carolina. We got Kurt in Texas. Bob, Sylvania Bob, as he's coming in here in the logging room. Renee, and we're going to start with Jack in Rochester Hills, Michigan. KF8DRC. Good morning, Jack. And when was the last time you took a tumble? Are you still with us? KF8DRC, Rochester, Michigan. How did he disappear so quick? Oh, let's just, okay, I think he's got him in and out. We'll leave him in and out if he comes back. Renee, VE2VAW, good morning to you.
In Quebec. Here is the sun come out now. And for your question, I try to explain my own stuff. It's about 50 years ago. I ran with my bicycle and I passed in front of a 10-wheeler and wrapped my ankle, broke my ankle. I go up in the air, I go down the asphalt, and I broke, and I wake up at the hospital. It's my big one. It's a big. And I don't know your personal name. You are a new one at 8 o'clock. Okay, I return to you. It's V2VAW, René à Granby, Quebec. Well, thank you, Renee. My name is Dick, short for Richard. Gone by that all my life. Yeah, you're a long way. The repeater's outside of Plattsburgh, New York. And we're so blessed to have so many nice high-profile machines as that one that covers several states and 2 countries. So, and the repeater's been with us for many, many, many years up on the mountain. Bob in Sylvania, WD8PIC. Good morning, Bob.
Okay. And by the way, I'm coming in on a different repeater, 443.8 with a 94. The band is open this morning. I thought I would exercise it. I was scanning while the dent was in progress. Tropospheric ducting. Well, a few years ago I was in church. I ended up having to leave this church for reasons that I, can't go into over the net. It's too long, but I have epilepsy, and we had breakfast that morning, and this is what made me make this association. We had breakfast, so I had some maple syrup on something, not a huge amount, but some. Well, then we had apple cider, so I decided to have a huge glass of apple cider, and the next thing I know, I was told that I have epilepsy, so I had a huge seizure. I had turned blue, and I woke up laying on a couch. Luckily, my friend knew what to do because he had experienced me having them before. And that's when I figured out that I have to stay away from sugar. I can have a small amount of it, but I can't have a lot of it. And I finally made that association, and the doctor was thrilled. She had regulated my medicine better, but still, if I get into too much sugar, I can have a grand mal seizure. everyone have a great rest of the day, and this is the only other repeater that I found this morning, but I thought I would exercise it. Back to net control. 69 degrees, headed for the 80s today. Back to net.
Rob, take care of yourself there. David, Granger, North Carolina, NW3U, good morning.
Well, and good morning right back to you and everybody out there in Radio Land. I hope this finds everyone well. So, the answer to the question is, I had a fight with my wheeled garbage can here a couple of weeks ago, and I lost. I lost poorly, and got some very beautiful bruises on my right upper arm and right chest, and I'm not going to say anything more about it. 73s will get you guys tomorrow, NW3U.
That's another column, David, that we have on the log sheet that we don't share with everybody is who won. So far it doesn't look like anybody's won. The Falls have won. Frank in Sugarland, what's your story? KJ5DXB, good morning.
KJ5DXB, good morning, Dick, Vicky, everybody in the Brew Crew. Knock on wood, it's been 10 plus. Thanks for the check-in. Everybody have a great day. KJ5DXB, back to you, Dick.
Right, thank you for being there. I just published today, Charlie, WA5AIR from the South Coast Reflector, put several repeaters in Woodland and Houston and Porter, Texas, and Waverly and so forth. There was another one somewhere else in Conroe. On the East Coast Reflector full-time, need to get that list published. Those are new repeaters that are connected, thanks to the South Coast Reflector, connected full-time to the East Coast Reflector. I need to publish that on Facebook so some of you Houston people can utilize them, know they're out there. Let's move along to Webb, Collierville, Tennessee, W1WEB. Good morning.
Thank you, Dick. Thank you, Vicky. Good morning to the net. About 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I have a deck in the back, and next to the deck I have a small fish pond, probably about the size of a tractor tire. Well, between the deck and the fish pond, there's one of those cast iron wiener dogs. And I walked out to the deck one night to see what the dogs were up to, and I tripped over the wiener dog, went face first into the fish pond. And like I said, that was like 3 years ago, and I do not want to repeat that again. There was some blood involved. And one WEB, back to the net.
Got you down for one wiener dog and one fish pond this morning, Webb. Thank you for sharing that story with us. David, KJ5LVN.
Good morning to everybody. Hi, this is Dave, KJ5LVN, and I guess I fell in the shower. I think it was the other day, and my mom used to have a bath mat in the shower, and she recently passed, and I've been taking some of her stuff and throwing it out, and that bath mat was one of the things I threw out, and she's always saying, "Oh, it'll keep you from slipping." Well, I didn't believe her. I was in there showering, washed my feet, and got too much soap on my feet, slipped, and took out the shower curtain and rolling around in the bathroom. So that's my falling down experience, and just recently. So I appreciate what y'all do for everybody, and I hope everybody's having a good morning. This is KJ5, they'll be in and out.
Thanks, Dave. Changed your name from David to Dave in our log sheet here, so you will be known as Dave. Ross in Alden, New York. Good morning, Ross.
Good morning to you, Dick, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew Crew.
Marked me down for 7 months ago. During January, I had about an inch of ice on the driveway and the walkways. It was unsafe, obviously. I fell on it, trying to remove all that, and I hit that special patch of ice, and it was extra slippery, and down I went. And didn't really get injured or anything, but needless to say, I was on my back. So keep doing what you guys are doing a great job. This is KC2PET, back to the net.
Have a nice day, Russ. Let's go to Milwaukee, Oregon. KK7ZSH.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicky. And good morning to all the rest of the people out there on the Brew Crew. Hope everyone's having a good day. The last time I can remember, honestly, was a couple of years ago. We had a pretty bad ice storm out here. And we were going around checking some of the work sites, and I got out of the truck, was just kind of real careful walking, and it didn't really matter because it was super slippery and we were on a hill. Couldn't even really get to the work site. The truck wouldn't get up the hill. Too much ice. But anyway, I took a half a step and slipped, fell flat on my back, cracked the back of my head. It hurt really bad. I might have had a slight concussion there. It wasn't any fun, I'll tell you that. But that's the last time I can remember. Don't remember anything since then. Maybe I haven't. Maybe it affected my memory. I don't know. Anyway, 73 to all, KK7ZSH.
Leo in Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to take a list. I'm going to get a list started. I'm going to turn it over to Vicky. Let her take a few here this morning. She's been sitting for the last couple of hours. So anybody anywhere would like to get on the list this morning? Call sign Choice and Slowly. This is Dick, WB2JPQ. Echo Bravo. Charlie 1, Bravo 5, India Tango, Charlie 1, Juliet, Papa Delta.
Alpha Romeo, Juliet.
Kilo Juliet 5, India Mike Whiskey, Kilo Juliet 5, India Mike Whiskey, in and out. W2 KJV, W2 KJV. Okay.
Whiskey, Quebec 8 Papa. Whiskey, Quebec 8 Papa. In and out. AR4. Echo, in and out.
Good morning, let me hold up a minute. 9, Kilo 6, Lima, November, India, Lancelot, Hayward, California. I will be in and out. Okay, 6L9. Kilo Echo 2, Bravo, Delta Oscar. Kilo Echo 2, Bravo, Delta Oscar. In and out.
KC2JPQ, KC2JPQ, in and out.
November Whiskey 4, Quebec, NW4Q.
KC2JPQ, KC2JPQ, in and out.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Foxtrot, Whiskey Bravo. Whiskey Bravo 8, Foxtrot, Whiskey Bravo. From Findlay, Ohio.
right, let me hold up there a minute. Good morning to WB8FWB. We got Jim, NW4Q. Frank, good morning to you in Lancaster, KC2JPQ. We got you. We got Richard, KE2BDO. And Lancelot, K6LNI from Hayward, California. Good morning. And just before Lancelot was a KR4. The KR4, we need the suffix of your call sign. The KR4 only, please. KR4 station. We need the suffix, please. Alpha, Echo. One more time out of Leesburg, the KR4 station out of Leesburg. KR4, Echo, Alpha, Echo. KR4, Echo, Alpha, Echo. It wasn't your fault. There were a couple of Texas repeaters came on. KR4 something Echo, one more time, please. 4 AE, EAE maybe. Yeah, there you go. We got it now. EAE. It wasn't your fault when the Texas repeaters came on with a little intermount or something. I just took them off. We'll get back to you in a minute. Good morning to WQ8P. We've got Tony in Homosassa. We got Tim, probably in Gowanda. We got Robert in Houston, Texas, KJ5IMW, who was in and out. I didn't say, but Nathaniel was in and out as well. WQ8P, you have a nice day. Nathaniel in Orlando, Florida. Spencer in Houston, Texas, and 5ARJ. Jeffrey, Milton, Vermont, KC1JPD. Got Chris in Belmont, WB5ITT. KC3VEB. Looks like your second time checking in here. We got Leo in Fort Lauderdale. K4ITA, and Ron in Amherst. I'm going to turn it over to Vicki now that she's got these logged in. She's got a free hand. Good morning, Vicki. This is Dick WB to JPQ. I think maybe Vicki had to step away for half a second. She got a list started here. Ron, good morning, WA2WWK.
Good morning, Dick. Whiskey Alpha 2, Whiskey Kilowatt. Well, it was about 10 years ago. We were at our in-laws in Massachusetts. I got up in the middle of the night, and I slipped into my sneakers, and wasn't paying much attention because there were no lights on. And I stepped on my own shoelace. And like you, Dick, I went down hard. Minimal bruises, just a little bit here and there. But other than that, like I say, it's been about 10 years. Whiskey Alpha 2, Whiskey Kilowatt.
Thanks, you're on. This is Vicky, K8VKY. And the question today, how many years has it been since you've taken a fall? Next up, Bill, KI5PMI.
Good morning, Vicki, everybody on the brew. Last time I took a fall was about 2 months ago. I was stepping off of about a 4-foot parapet onto a flat roof, and so I could service the air conditioning unit. And, well, it was a little further than I thought, so I supermanned it and laid it out pretty good, and we all got a big laugh out of it. And luckily, I wasn't even sore the next day, so that was
I guess the old John Wayne saying is true. If you're going to be dumb, you better be tough. So hope everybody has a great day. KI5PMI. Back to Ned.
I'd say that's good advice. Next up, K4 ITA Leo.
Good morning, Vicky. Good morning from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale. 88 degrees today. Beautiful day. Beautiful for the beach. And put me down for 5 years, but I do not remember. Last time I fall long time ago. I just do not remember, and I hope it stays that way. Everybody, great day. K4 ITA.
Thank you, Leo. Next up, Brendan, KC3BEB. KC3BEB. All right, I'll put you in and out. Next up, Chris, WD5ITT.
Good morning, Vicky, and the rest of the Morning Brew. It's been a while since I've taken a fall. Kind of tripped over one of my dogs a couple of weeks ago in the house. It was dark and scooted across the living room and trying to make sure I didn't step on any of them, and took a slight trip. It didn't fall, caught myself. But, I'd probably say within the last 6 months or so, give or take. Just can't remember what exactly it was. Oh, well. Don't need to be doing that at this point in my life. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday morning. WB5ITT back to net.
Thank you, Chris. And next up, KC1JPD.
Morning, Vicky, and everyone on the Morning Brew. You can put me down for about 5 years. 5 years, I had taken a spill down our front stoop right in front of a couple of the neighborhood kids. They were a little bit shocked and scared until I saw them looking at me, so I jumped up and held out my arms like I did a circus trick and said, ta-da, and they both cracked up laughing. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. KC1JPD, back to net.
Yeah, but I bet it hurt the next morning. Next up, N5ARJ.
Good morning, Net. Good morning, Coffee Crew. I am about 2 months from my last fall, replacing the blade on the lawnmower, and came up off the ground, stood too fast, gravity took control, I went back down. So about 2 months ago. Back to net control, 73. Everybody have a great day.
Well, I didn't quite hear the full question, but I'm guessing by the sound of it, when's the last time he had a fall if he fell? So I'm going to go with, 2-3 years ago, somewhere in there. I was putting up the outside Christmas lights around the outside perimeter of the house, and I was on the last little bit, and didn't have the ladder on a firm enough spot, and over I went. Luckily, was able to brace myself, and didn't sustain any major injuries, but it hurt. And like you said, the next day especially, I felt it. So be careful on those ladders and all that good stuff. 73, everybody. 82 IWS.
Thank you. And next up, Tony, W2KJV.
Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, everyone on the Morning Brew.
The last time I took a spill was probably over a year ago. I was at a birthday party and I was walking between the table rows, and lo and behold, there was a foot in the way, and I tripped over it, took a spill on my face. Oh well, I don't want to do that again anytime soon. I hope everyone has a great day. W2 KJV, back to you, Vicki.
Thank you, Tony. And next up, KR4 EAE, Robert. Okay, Jim, NW4Q.
Good morning, Vicki. 2 years ago, a flip off of the sidewalk. Fortunately, wasn't hurt. Good morning.
Glad you're doing okay. And next up, WB8FWB. Jeff, when is the last time you had a fall?
This is WB8FWB. I would say just a few weeks ago, I had one. Unfortunately, I've had a number of them in the last few years, so I have to be very careful these days. I'm in recovery right now, actually, from the last fall, coming along very well. So back to the net. Hopefully, won't have any additional falls in the near future at all. Actually, at all. This is Whiskey Bravo 8, Foxtrot Whiskey Bravo.
Well, we hope so too, and have a good recovery. Next up, Scott, KY4NB.
Well, I miss Vicki and everybody on the Brew Crew and Brother Randall there on a Thursday morning. I'm going to go with 5+ years ago. I missed the rung on the bottom of the ladder there, and thankfully just kind of twisted my ankle, but I think the sprain wasn't too bad, so I came out of that one okay. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks everybody behind the scenes. KY4NB, back to net.
Thank you, Scott. Next up, Rex, KJ4LXJ.
Good morning to all the Brew Crew out there. It's probably been about 7 years. My nephew was up with his longboard skateboard. I thought I'd take it for a spin, like my younger days. Well, I found out I'm not as good as I used to be. KJ4LXJ, back to the net.
All right, next up, Joe, AJ0EF.
Morning, Vicki and the rest of the Brew Crew. I take a spill at least once every winter. I find a piece of ice in the driveway that I didn't see and slip on it. With that, I'll turn it back to net control. AJ0EF 73.
Might be a habit you want to break. Next up and last on this list, Daryl, WB1DXN.
Good morning, Vicki and Dick and the rest of the morning crew. It's been about
It's been a few days ago that I took a nice spill. I ended up with a black eye that, some of you all might be old enough to remember Stinky and the gang, and one little boy always had a black eye. Well, I had a black eye that probably come close to matching his. But anyway, that's but now the story is that anytime somebody asks me, have you fallen in the past year? Yeah, I've taken about dumps in the past year. Back to net control. Everybody have a safe day. Keep out there, watch what you're doing, watch what other people are doing around you. Always expect the unexpected. WP1DXN, back to net control.
Alright, thank you, Daryl. This is Vicky, K8VKY. We've got 888WI on the log from the text check-in, and we'll take some more check-ins twice as slowly, please.
Kilo November 4, Blue, KN4, TTB, in and out this morning, 73.
2, Papa Mike Sierra Mobile. 2, Papa Mike Sierra Mobile.
KF8DJQ, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Juliet, Quebec.
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee, VA3RY Mobile, in and out 73. N9, JIV.
That's N8RWF. Please check me in and out. That's in and out. Good morning, Vicky.
Kilo India 5, call for Zulu Oscar, Ryan and Lake Charles with no traffic.
Alright, we'll hold up there. We've got KI5GZO, in and out, N8RWF, in and out. VA3ERY, mobile, KF8DJQ, K2PFS, mobile, KN4TTB, in and out. And we also had an N9 in there. Can you come again, please?
Yes,
Alright, we got you there. First up, Bernie, 888WI. When was the last time you saw?
Good morning, Vicky, to you and everyone on the crew. Oh, probably about 3 weeks ago, I was heading down my front steps to go to work, and my ankle twisted, and I went down on both knees, and both knees are still hurting. I'm a lot clumsier now that I'm older than I was when I was younger. Hope everybody has a good day. 7-3, AA8WI.
Alright, thank you, Bernie. Next up, K2PMS. 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 mobile, maybe a little too far. KF8, thank you, Kevin. When was the last time you fell?
Well, it's about 10 years ago at the camping at the infield at Michigan International Speedway. Go figure. KF8 DJQ, back to you.
I've seen very few people sober there. I think I might know why you fell. Next up, BA3, ERY. Eduardo, BA3, ERY. Alright, on to N9ZIV. When was the last time you fell?
Anyway, yeah. This is good. I don't.
Alright, well, we hope you feel better. That was the end of that list. We've got 7 more minutes left. So we'll take some more check-ins. Twice as slowly, please.
And yeah, 898, we're gonna be taking.
AJ0EV. AJ0EV.
Mike 4, Echo Juliet Whiskey Mobile. Kilo Mike 4, Echo Juliet Whiskey Mobile.
Kilo 8, Papa Romeo Oscar. Kilo 8, Papa Romeo Oscar.
KF8 CWF. Kilo Foxtrot 8. Charlie Whiskey Foxtrot. In and out.
Alright, we'll hang up there for a second. We had KF8CWF in and out, K8PRO, KM4 EJW, and we had W5AIR. There was an AJ0. Was that AJ0EF? Can you come again, please?
Alpha Juliet 0 Echo Bravo.
Kilo 5, Mike, Papa, Hotel, K5, MPH, mobile, in and out. Thank you.
Echo India stroke NE1CW, November Echo 1 Charlie Whiskey, in and out.
Alright, thank you, Joe. We got you, and then we also got NE1CW and K5 MPH, both in and out. And we'll start with mobile KM4 EJW.
This is KM4 EJW, Ryan. Question is, last time I fell, right? That'll probably be in college. My brother bought one of those motorized longboards, and I was brave enough to try it out, and that ended up being a mistake. Back to net control.
Okay, but how long ago was that?
Sorry about that. That was 6 or 7 years ago.
Alright, thank you very much. And next on to Charlie, WA5AIR.
Well, the last time I fell, it's been, I don't know, probably maybe 5 years ago. I was in the hospital with pneumonia, late for the 12th time, and I got COVID right now, but they sent me home, and they put me on blood pressure medicine, which I had been off blood pressure medicine, but it was on the list, and I didn't realize they'd been giving me blood pressure medicine. I came home Christmas Eve to be with my family. I got up, I don't know, 4 in the morning to go to the bathroom. I got out of bed and I walked towards the bathroom. That was the last thing I remember. I passed out because of the blood pressure medicine, fell straight for the right side of my face, caught my seat, which is got tile on it, split my eye up on the right side, and then I went straight down and hit the leg of my rocking chair. It busted my head up between my eyes. My wife heard something in the bathroom. She got up, came to the bathroom. I was laying in the bathroom in a pool of blood. All she could see was my skull between my eyes. It ripped me open pretty good. And I got an ambulance ride to the hospital. That was the last time I fell. I hope I never fall again. WA5AR.
I don't know which would have been worse, being the one fallen or the one having to see your husband laid on the floor. Hope you get better. And out of the hospital. Next up, AJ0EB. Joe, AJ0EB.
AJ0EB. Currently in Watertown, New York. Driving between work sites. I work on two-way radio systems, and last time I fell was probably through a floor in one of the tower shelters a couple weeks ago. I will turn it back over to the net since I am almost out at my destination, AJ0EB.
That sounds like a good, painful story. Oh, K8PRO.
Morning, everybody on the net. This is Paul, K8PRO. It was about 20 years. I had ACL surgery, and just before I had to go to physical therapy, my workplace told me I had to come back to work. So I'm on crutches. It was middle of winter with the cast down my leg, and I got to work, and they have like a wheelchair ramp. Oh yeah, I couldn't find no handicap parking spot, so I had to park way back. So yeah, the wheelchair ramp on crutches, and I went to try to climb it, and I slipped on the ice and face planted on the ramp, and the security guards saw me, and they came out and picked me up and carried me into the shop. And after that, that wheelchair ramp was sodded and cleaned, and all the handicap spots were empty. So I'm mobile, and so I'm going to take it back to net control.
Thank you. Hope you feel better, and thanks for stopping by. Well, the good news is almost every one of you have fallen in the last couple of years, and you're still alive, but I don't know how. This is Vicky, K8VKY, returning the reflector back to normal amateur use.